It's the king. Yeah, God. Hey, man. What's up with y'all, bro? As y'all see by the thumbnail title, we got The Worm, an animated horror story. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we ain't never react. Well, nah, yes, we did. But we ain't react to an animated horror story or an animated short horror film in a minute. And y'all know the ones with the simple titles be the best ones. So we about to see what this joint talking about. You know what I'm saying? I had this saved in my playlist like a while back. You feel me? Like way, way back. And when we was at the beginning, if you was here in the beginning, then you know what I'm talking about, nigga. But anyway, nigga, before we get into the video, I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Let's get into the video. See what this motherfucker about to talk about. You feel me? We been on the short horror film tip. Let's get into it. Let's see what you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the people that made this, by the way. Very creative. Right, I'm saying though, like, what? Oh shit, already tweaking, boy. What y'all think kind of caught that? That look like a It look like
Hello?
I forgot the name. A Honda, old school Honda type. Oh, oh. Oh no, where you gonna go towards the? Oh yeah, tweak. I would have, nigga. You feel me though? Nigga, I would have.
No.
She having a dream, bro. She gotta be having a bad dream, bro. A nightmare, son.
Sparrow Moon was not at all what I thought she would be. I wasn't given much time to go over her case file before our
That
first
shit got me
appointment.
invested, bro.
But from what I had read, I half expected some kind of uncontrollable monster to walk through the door. She wasn't anything like that. She was quiet and guarded, smaller in person than what I had imagined from her photograph. A perfectly normal 17-year-old girl. That made it even harder to believe she was capable of doing the things that she did. She was the last surviving member of the so-called Woodfield Five, a group of kids all from the same remote northern town who suffered a series of unexplained, at times violent, mental breaks.
Okay.
Clinical notes suggested some kind of shared psychosis, though unlike anything I'd ever heard of in my 20-year practice. By all accounts, Sparrow had an unremarkable childhood. No indications of behavioral difficulty, good grades in school, active social life, no family history of mental illness to speak of. Her mother had been part of some offbeat spiritual commune years earlier, but had left that behind when Sparrow was quite young and eventually remarried. There was nothing to suggest any kind of underlying trauma or abuse, though as you come to find in my line of work, that's not always so obvious. The only path to understanding what really happened in Woodfield was Sparrow herself,
Sparrow.
and that would prove more difficult than anyone anticipated. I learned very little over the first weeks of our sessions together. Sparrow was often uncooperative, careful never to allow the growing familiarity between us to weaken her resolve. I was not as strong. I became unreasonably attached to her. The endless medical diagnostics revealed nothing we didn't already know.
Oh, girl, you gotta get right.
She barely slept. The scratches on her arms were self-inflicted. And aside from high blood pressure, she was physically healthy. No one was certain about what exactly was wrong with her. And she was getting worse.
The worm, nigga.
The weeks turned to months, and I was running out of time. The courts had determined that unless I could demonstrate conclusive progress in her treatment, Sparrow would be transferred to an isolated psychiatric ward and out of my care. I could have walked away at that point. I probably should have. But what I wanted, what I've always wanted, was answers. After all that we'd been through, she wasn't a kid to me anymore. She wasn't a monster either. She was a puzzle to solve. Sodium pentothal can be administered to induce something called narcosynthesis, a state between asleep and awake where the subject is highly suggestible. In most places today, the practice is frowned upon. Normally, I would never consider such a treatment, but given the circumstances, my options were limited. I knew full well that this could risk professional censure, perhaps even my career itself. That didn't seem to matter at the time. After the injections, Sparrow was brought to my office. We were left alone, and I asked her to count backwards from 10. Though before she even got to 5, it was clear she knew something was wrong. Her breathing became shallow, and her eyes darted around rapidly. She began talking about a mist coming into the room that only she could see. She could hear a voice from within it calling to her. The drug had disoriented her to such a degree that I don't even think she recognized me. Sparrow's small size and chronic fatigue made the dosage I administered tricky. She drifted in and out for several minutes. When lucid, I redirected her, asking if she could tell me what the voice she heard was saying. After a long pause, she finally whispered,
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, boy. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was trying, know what I'm saying, get through this shit. I'm gonna get through it though, but so far, this shit trash, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Doing a lot of time. I ain't expect for it to be this type of anime type shit. You know what I'm saying? Some animated short horror. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep watching. Hopefully it get better, but doing a lot of this though. Doing a lot of narrating, bro. I thought it was gonna have the characters like not a conscious, not his conscious talking. You feel me? But I'm gonna be open minded. I'm gonna be open minded.
"Little bird."
Be open minded.
At that point, Sparrow was not interested in answering any of my questions. She just spoke, and I listened.
I'm gonna be open minded.
She said that it knew. It knew that was what he used to call her.
Okay.
The old man. But the voice wasn't a man's. It was something else. She said it comes with the mist. That it takes things from you and it grows. adding to what it's taken from others.
Uh,
It eats you from the inside. She didn't know its name, but called it the worm.
Other word, nigga. Other word,
As
nigga.
Sparrow lapsed into unconsciousness, I was left with more questions than answers. I arranged to have her return to her room and resigned myself to the idea that I might never get the chance to understand the truth. That I had failed. I destroyed the records of our last session to prevent the review board from finding out what I had done. It was over. Or at least, that's what I thought.
What about this shit, bro?
It was that night the
Bro,
dream
what the
started.
fuck? Alright. Okay. Okay. About to see some action now, my nigga. Alright, let's get it, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Wait,
I thought she was about to turn her head all the way. You know what I say? You know how they be like, you feel me? I thought she was
come
about to
back!
put it up. I said, don't give the worm what it want. You feel me? Don't be scared of that shit. She's just feeding off that shit.
Sparrow.
Come on, Sparrow. Come on, Sparrow. Come back.
What?
Come back, Sparrow. You know this is drain, bro.
Every time I go to sleep, it's the same. It doesn't really matter how the dream begins. Eventually, the mist will come. And with the mist, always comes the worm. Just like she said it would. You can't run. That never works. It won't let you. The best you can hope for is that you wake up quick, before it begins to feed. At first, I told myself that it would go away. It could be a simple anxiety-induced aberration brought on by the stress of dealing with the case. But it was soon obvious that wasn't it. The nightmares didn't stop. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. It wasn't long before my colleagues began to take notice. Things got so bad I had no other choice. I called in every favor, pulled every string I could, and arranged access to Sparrow at her current facility. I needed answers more than ever. And she still had them. I almost didn't recognize her at first. She looked strong and alert, a stark contrast to the tired girl that I had spent all that time with. I didn't have to ask any questions this time. Just by looking at me, she knew all too well what was happening. We sat down, and Sparrow Moon gave me what I needed. The worm is some kind of parasite, a pathogen, an ancient thing passed from host to host, manifesting in their dreams, feeding on their deepest fears. It will not stop, always hungry for more. It won't kill you. It doesn't want you dead. It wants what any good virus wants: to propagate, to be passed on, to be fed. Sparrow tried to hold it inside of her, to protect others. She thought that if she could fight it long enough, it would die with her. She passed the worm to me the same way that it had been passed to her, just by telling me about it. You have to believe me. I am sorry for this. Now that I've told you, I don't know when, but sooner or later in your dreams, the mist will come. And with the mist, always comes the worm.
I ain't gonna lie, my nigga, that shit was dog shit. Boy, well, that shit was trash, bro. I ain't expect that shit to be. I ain't expect that shit to be like that, man. That shit was, bro. If you made it, but nah, shout out to the people that put their hard work into it. This is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all putting y'all hard work into this. Shit was trash though. This is my opinion. But look though, if you made it this far throughout the video, you already know what it is, my nigga. I ain't even know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say it, bro. But hey, if you clicked off this bitch, I'm not even mad at you. I ain't even mad at you, bro. If you stayed this far and you just watched it, man, fuck it. I'm gonna watch it because KriReacts watch. Hey, I fuck with you, my nigga. But if you clicked off this bitch, be like, bro, this probably this probably the top. This probably top three. This probably top three worst horror films we watched, my nigga. You feel me? Look though, man. But I'm gonna still get my feedback on it. You know what I'm saying? How I feel. Y'all already know how I felt about it. And you know what I'm saying? The message, well, not the message, but what it was talking about, the worm. It, like he said, fears off your deepest fears. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe it got passed on to him because he was up stressing, trying to figure her out. You feel me? He was up all night. If he would have just been, maybe if he would have been carrying it like his everyday, like his everyday life was before he met her, maybe it wouldn't ever, you know what I'm saying, and not giving it what it want because you was up all night stressing, but it's because you care though. You know what I'm saying? You really care. So W therapist, a counselor, whatever he would, you know what I'm saying, a counselor. You know what I'm saying? But that was probably why it fed off you. Cause he's like, oh yeah, we got him now. You know what I'm saying? He up all night, you know what I'm saying? He ain't know what I mean. Before it got passed, and then when he finally went to sleep, cause he was up stressing, thinking about this shit all night. You know, y'all seen he even stayed in the office looking out the mirror and shit. You know what I'm saying? Drinking the coffee. He was just standing there like. But yeah, bro. Road to 1K. On our way to the top. Not gonna stop. Show not gonna motherfucking drop. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man. I'm gone.